Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the LEGO Batboat set. This set comes with 3 figures, came out back in 2015 I believe, can't quite remember. This is an older set, so it's not going to be compared to like recent sets. It's a good set of its time, but let's take a look at the figures. So the reason I got this set was for the figures. Obviously Batman in this set is pretty standard. He came in a lot of sets at the time. There's nothing really special about him. But this version of Robin is, I believe, the only time we've had this kind of Robin, which I believe is meant to be Dick Grayson. Got some really nice torso printing and some dark green trousers, as well as a black cape. Then this is Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, and this is the first time and only time that we've had this figure, or this character even. It's quite a good version of him, and I'll take a closer look at the prints and things now. So here's a look at his torso and legs. Got dual molded legs. Obviously, this is an older set. I got this off of eBay, so there is a bit of a scuff mark there, but that isn't on the original figure, and I reckon without that would look amazing. And here it is on the back, again, with this really fine printing with the dots. Really like that. All in all, great figure. And the main attraction to the set, at least for me, was this Robin figure. That's going to be for a special photo shoot and just general figure collection happening soon for Titans. And I think this is a really good version of Robin. It kind of looks like it could be a real life suit, I guess. With all like the fine details and the clips and buckles. Head printing is quite cool. And here is his alternate head, if I can get it to focus. Kind of a bit of a worried expression. And then the newer style of cape where you can just fold it up and it's quite flowy and floppy. Overall, really good figure. And I probably won't spend too much time on the Batman figure. Which, if you remove the cowl, it's the newer cowl with like the shorter ears. And then the back printing. Just there. Again, nothing special with this figure. It came in a lot of sets at the time and is a pretty common figure to find, I think. Here is Deathstroke's boat. Got quite a unique design. Quite a big fan of it. Obviously, not the main attraction of the set, so it's not going to be amazing, but it does a good job. And it's got this little thing on the back with like a chain connected to a thing, to a safe, which is kind of cool, so you can drag it along. Obviously, I don't know if this floats in water. I don't believe it does, just because of the boat hull pieces. There's a hole there. So I don't know if it floats or not. I'll have to check that and maybe do a separate video, because I also want to test it for the Batboat. Yeah, there's not that much to this build. As I said earlier, or as I showed earlier, it's got space on the back for the safe, as well as a Deathstroke figure. You can make him hold on, but it's going to take a while to set him up. And then, as you can see, it's got clips here and here for his pistol and sword, which I didn't show with the figure. And flick fire missiles, which were good at the time. You had a pretty good shot there. However, I've never been a fan of flick fire missiles, unless they're used like this, where they kind of add to the build, like to the aesthetics. However, flick fire missiles are definitely better replaced with stud shooters. And this set came out just as the stud shooters were being introduced, as you can see on the Batboat, which I will point out very specifically where the shooters are in a second, but it's got 2 flick fire missiles, again, here and here, so you can shoot them off. And they've got this pretty interesting design. Again, nothing too special, it's just flick fire missiles. However, they are on these kind of like adjustable ball joint pieces, so you can angle them down, angle them up, and all of that stuff. And the main build is kind of built on these floating boats, which are quite rare, I think. I don't have many in my collection, so it's good to get 4 of them here in black, so one here, 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 and here. And because of this, I want to test out and see if this boat will float, because theoretically it can, but obviously it's got a bit of an extra build to it. It's a bit heavier, so it might not work, but I definitely want to give it a go. So that will be a video coming out at some point. It's got two little sections, one here and one here, each with a sticker here, here and here. And I think it looks quite nice on the interior. Obviously nothing too special, just some space to fit both Batman and Robin. But yeah, it looks really cool. And I'll show you one of the main play features of this, which involves this little switch thing here, which if you push it forwards, releases the boats. If you do it with a bit more force on the other side, the boats can come off a bit quicker and a bit better. Honestly, it's not a bad play feature. Such a small set, quite a big fan on it. Can be a little bit tricky to put them on without paying much attention or like one-handed, but it can be done. And honestly, there's not much else to talk about. There's this thing that can fold up or flap up, lift up, and I think it would have been cool if they included like a section here which had maybe storage, you know, fill out these holes here, and then turn it into a bit of a storage area, maybe for batarangs. But no, there's nothing really there. But if you lift up the top bit, rather than the entire floor, because it's on two hinges, you can get this like antenna look, which is kind of cool. Quite a big fan on that. And then you can also lift up these console pieces and the screen, and it kind of creates like a small section for posing figures and generally just acting as like a base, I guess. You know, there's space to put figures there, and you can sit one here, and it's quite a good good feature, well integrated. Again, would have been cool if you could fit maybe a couple of things down here, but you can't. It's being done, you know. It's not a big issue. I've got to show you what it looks like from the back. Nothing special, but also nothing bad. Yeah, that's kind of it for the set. I'll set everything up and give you a final talk. One more thing that I forgot to say is these have stud shooters here and on the other side of the boat, you know, like on the other pontoon. So this goes on the inside, although you can put it on the outside if you really want. And they work like every other stud shooter, nothing special. Yeah, that's kind of it. You can adjust the angle, and I'm sorry for the quality, but you can adjust the angle. They do tend to pop off if you do too much, but you can turn them and adjust the angle, which is kind of all that you really need with stud shooters. So that is all for this set review. What do I think of the set in total? I think it's pretty good, especially for the time that it came out. It was kind of like a nice throwback. I've got a couple of other sets coming soon from this kind of era, which I'm kind of looking forward to. This is honestly a good age for Batman, where they had a bunch of cool sets, really good looking and really high quality, with new and interesting characters all the time. I really like this Robin figure, and as I said, it was the main draw to the set, you know, however many years later. That was 7 years later, I think. Obviously, the Batman's nothing special, and this is the only Slade figure that we've got, which is pretty cool. It's a shame that mine came a bit duff, but I wasn't getting the set for the Slade. It was just a bonus, and I think it still looks good, even with the aged wearing. Love the dual molded legs for the figure, and honestly, the side build is really good for being a side build, especially now. I can't remember the exact price for the set when it came out, but it was £20, I think. £20 to £30 most, which I think is a good price. I'd be willing to spend up to £30. I got this, obviously, eBay. It was reduced down to about 15, which I didn't mind paying, because it's, as I said, it's a good set. I really like it. Stood the test of time quite well, you know, especially since they started to bring in the stud shooters. Shame about the flip missiles. I don't think we would ever see these again in sets. You know, I think it's kind of been left to the stud shooters and the spring-loaded shooters. The way forwards, they are so much better. It kind of makes me miss them, kind of appreciate them a lot more going back to this. But yeah, that is all for today's video. I really like the set, really looking forward to what I've got planned. But that is really it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, all of that usual stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye.